Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Farming Simulator 15. My name is BenJetty5 and we are harvesting. We have a lot of fields to harvest. And yeah, I know where I left off. I had very little money. I took one load of logs in. But yeah, we've got a bunch of fields here, including a new field to harvest here. First time using our new chipper here. And basically we've got a long ways to go. And that's okay. Not a big deal. You guys don't have to watch me harvest all of this, trust me. This is gonna take me probably, at least a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes to do. So, but I figured you guys could tag along for the first little bit here and yeah, kinda get a feel for stuff while we talk a little bit. Come back down here. So yeah, 2029, almost 3,000 liters. Normally that would have almost half filled. I mean, that would have been what, 40% of the other wagon. We're at 14. So we're definitely going to get a lot more done with this tipper. Definitely a much needed upgrade. Well, I did want to show you guys here. Not that one. The Sewer SB16. I have no idea what that is, but it's 15% off. Oh, here we go. Great demand. The freight yard is ready to pay a considerable higher price for sugar beets. We have sugar beets. And we should probably look for 21 more hours, so we'll have plenty of time to get our harvesting done and then take the sugar beets there. Yeah, shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, what did I want to talk about? Well, did I say wheat? This is barley here. Oops. Barley. What do we want to talk about? Well, we have to decide a direction for our farm. There's a number of things that we can go. I mean, we have another field up there, field number 30 that we'd like to get. Right on my map, you know, we've got 29, 24, 25, 30 would be nice. Field number 23 would be nice. But, you know, it's going to cost us money to get the fields, which isn't that big a deal. I mean, we have enough money to buy one of those two fields, if we so choose, but it also means that as we get bigger, we're going to have more and more trouble harvesting it in time, especially when you start figuring in the withering effect. And I know withering isn't very realistic, to be honest. Real life, you know, when your crops wither, when they mature and they get to a point where they are mature, they dry out, they're actually dead. I mean, that's what happens to the crops. And they don't actually like wither away and like disappear. Like in this game, when they wither, you get nothing for them. The crops will just die, be gone basically. And to be honest, that's, like I said, not very realistic. You know, if you lose out on your crop basically, can't get it in time because of weather, especially if winter starts to come too soon, which it looks like it has for a lot of people in Wisconsin here. There's a lot of corn on the fields in different places, which is very unfortunate, but that corn will stand there all winter. And snow will bring down some of it. You know, the animals over the winter will probably bring down some of it, but it'll still be standing in the spring, and you can still go in and take it off. But you know what? We're kind of going for a little bit harder here, so I don't mind having the withering on. Not a big deal. But yeah, as we progress here, we get more fields. It's going to be harder to harvest things fast enough so that we don't lose our crops that way. And so we're going to have to start upgrading equipment, whether it be a bigger combine, bigger head. And I'll show you guys that if we go in here. I was waiting for him to come back here, and then I was going to grab his bin full here. But then we'll take a look at the shop and I'll show you guys, you know, it's a little bit pricey. It's not exactly something we should take lightly. So that's why I'm saying we kind of have to have a choice. And I know I'm kind of presenting this like, you know, you guys should help me make this choice. I've actually already decided we're just talking about it. Like I said before in previous episodes, though, I want to push to get cows. I think it'd be really cool this time around to let the cows produce the money that we need to progress as we go. So I think we should put all of our time and money now into getting the cows up and going. And we're going to need some more equipment for them. So I think we should, piece by piece, buy the equipment we need for the cows. And then, you know, stick with the fields that we have for now. And wait until we get the income coming in with the milk for the cows. And then we can start expanding and getting bigger equipment and doing stuff like that. I think that is a really good way of doing this. I want to see what this thing is that's on sale. It said from sewer. Oh, weights. Oh, yeah, that's, yeah, no. No. Not interested. Oh, I was going to show you guys here. Not getting this guy. This would be the first one we'd be getting right here. Is the next bigger size. So 235,000. I mean, that's a pretty good step up. I mean, what would they give for ours? 52? 52. Yeah, not that impressive. So we're still looking at, you know, 180,000 we have to come up with. So that's quite a bit. Plus, you figure we got to get the header for it too, which is this guy, which is another 54, which that pretty much wipes out what our other combine is. So we're still looking at like 230-some thousand. So it's a big investment. Instead, I think we need to look at some of the other things, like in the feeding technology. We're definitely going to need this guy. This guy can wait for the moment until we can start getting the baling equipment. And I'll explain that when we get to the cows. I don't know if we can quite get to it today, but we're going to try. But we're going to need this guy so we can put straw on the ground in the barns. And we're going to need a tractor for that with a loader on it. That's the plan. And we probably will trade in a tractor to help get that. So we might get enough money just about to purchase that today. But, yeah. Tell you what I will do is I will keep on with this harvesting. And I'm not going to bore you guys with it anymore. And I'll come back as I'm finishing stuff up and maybe check in here and there and show you guys how things are progressing. So I'll be back in a bit. Alright guys, this is what I'm talking about. Look at that. Almost 21 tons of barley. Headed back home with it. And we've only taken off that one field and the start of that field back there. So we've got a long ways to go and lots of crop to harvest and to bring back to our silos. I think this one's got the same tipping animation if you pull ahead far enough. Is it? Yep. Oh, that's an odd space for it to unload. Cool. Alright, I will check back in when I get a little bit further. Man, guys, this is a lot. This is a second tipper full. Almost done with the field, though. So that makes almost 42 tons of barley. That is a lot of barley. So basically now we're waiting for some sort of a great demand or something for barley. And we'll have quite a bit of wheat there. We get a wheat field coming, so it won't be a full tipper full, but still be quite a bit. And we were starting this year, or this season, with about 37 tons of wheat anyways. So it should be pretty close to being even, actually. That's kind of what I was going for, was kind of an even amount between the two. While I've been waiting, I've been taking the time to clean stuff up, so all of my equipment over there is nice and shiny clean. Nice. Except for this tractor and the trailer's starting to get dirty. But that's okay. A little dirt never hurt anyone. So, did he get the rest of it? I can't quite tell from here. Nope, he's turning around. Now, it might be kind of interesting to put canola on this field or something like that, but I don't know. He said best bang for the buck would be to put wheat or barley onto it, but I can't quite decide. I would like to have some canola saved up in case they ask for a great demand for a canola. I mean, it just makes sense to have it on hand if they ask for it. We get lined up here. Let's see, he's lined up at the edge. Oh, he's already got it out. Press 3 and start riding along. Do not run into him. At least try not to. So there's going to be a pretty good amount here. Maybe 2,500 bushels, maybe a little more. Or liters. I am so used to bushels. Yeah, a little bit more than that. Like 26. That's about as close to 26 as you can get without getting 26. Put our pipe in, and we're going to have to reset them for the next field. Oh, bearing through this, I mean, in real lifetime, this has taken about 25 minutes to do these two fields. With this combine, it's getting a little tedious. Actually, we should check here quick. Looks like we're still in the first stage of ready to harvest. See, there's 3 stages here before it gets to withered, which is red. So I guess we're still doing okay. It becomes more of a time aspect, you know, how much time are you willing to put into it? Now the combine's empty, so I can start harvesting the wheat right away. The chipper, however, I'm going to have to dump and then come back to them. So, not a big deal. I'll come back and see how much wheat we get off of this field. I'm guessing pretty small. Maybe about 11 ton. I don't know, we'll have to see what it turns out to be. Alright guys, I'm finally making it over here for our last field. Our canola. So what was my guess on the wheat over there? About 1,100 was it? Oh, almost 11 ton. That's not bad actually. That's pretty close. You know, within 341. That's not bad. I think I should have enough time. Oh, that time I tipped it to the side. To run my load of sugar beets in, and I gotta make sure. Those definitely look like potatoes to me. We gotta go under this one. Yep, sugar beets. I think there's about 8,600 or something like that in here. 87. Oh, we have it, so we might as well haul it out and get that great demand that they were asking for. Now you'll see that that center is now empty. The pile's missing. And actually, the more stuff you put in there, the bigger the pile gets. So at some point, we'll probably get into like potatoes or something. It might be kind of fun to look at that. Or maybe sugar beets, I don't know. One of the two. Sugar beets are a little easier because you can plant them with a regular drill. Whereas potatoes, you have to have the special planter. And honestly, because you can't hire a worker to do a lot of the harvest, potatoes are really only worth it if you get the big equipment, and that's probably looking at $500,000 to get it, so we're a little ways off. Now, I did say we could take this to the freight yard. That was where the great demand was. So, in fact, you can see down on our map the little symbol flashing there. Alright, so we're headed onto the road. We're going to turn our flashers on. Don't want to get into an accident of any sort. The freight yard is just down the hill here. It's actually very convenient for field number 38. The biggest problem is you have to come back up the hill, which, depending on the size of your tractor, can be a little bit of a struggle. This guy's not as bad. Those little starter ones struggle with the little dipper. Can you imagine what they'd be like with this dipper? This one's got some weight to it, even empty. Oh, that wagon is getting dirty though. Getting very dirty. I think we'll dump these and we'll send the train off right away. Looks like we got about 4,000 to 5,000. So this should take us up somewhere around 85,000. Chase the train. I'm actually faster than I thought. Let's head back up. Hopefully our combine isn't full yet. I'm just kind of waiting for the money to come in, see what we end up with. The flasher's back on. Yeah, 12,000. It's a little shy of the 85, but still, that's decent money. We're actually going to be taking a left turn here. There really is no specific driveway to 38, so I do tend to use this route. Looks like we're okay, the pipe's not out yet. Much lower yield. Oh, the pipe's going to be coming out pretty quick here though. Stuff is black. Oh, that does fill up. Okay, I didn't know that this hopper showed it filling up. Wasn't sure about that. That pipe's going to come out right here. This is it hits 80%. Perfect timing too. Oops, sorry, bud. Very, very black colored. I know it's canola, otherwise known as, I think, rapeseed is the other name for it. I think it's supposed to be in a similar family to soybeans, which is what we're used to over here in the US. Just a very different color. Soybeans for us are very white, or yellowish, I should say. Not white, yellowish. So, a little bit different, but you can understand what kind of family it's coming from. So looks like we got about a third of the field taken off, so we'll probably get about 41, maybe 13 and a half tons, maybe? I don't know, we'll see what happens. Alright guys, we are back. I just finished up the field. I have no idea what's in the tipper. I figured about 13 and a half is what I was guessing. As you can see, I'm working on planting and fertilizing right away. 13.44. Boy, I am looking pretty good. And while you guys were away, while I was still working on this, I had another great demand come up. Which is odd, because they're seem to be very rare usually, although I know they're random. And it just so happens I think they overlap, but neither of them do us any good anymore because we don't have any more sugar beets, and The other one is for silage, and we don't have the capability of making silage right now, so we're gonna have to let that one slide, but hopefully, I was hoping that we would get a great demand for something that we have in our silos, but it looks like that's not the case. So I think we may just have to sell as is. I'll show you guys what we have in the silo. It's pretty impressive once I get this in there. But thinking about it, I think the smart thing is going to be is to hold on to what we have in our silos. Let it sit for now, which is 52 tons, almost 53 tons of wheat, just over 60.5 tons of barley, and 13 tons of canola, plus what we got here. Holy cow, 2,400 I mean per ton of silage. That is a crazy price. But like I said, we don't have the capabilities for it, so it's not like there's anything we can do about it. But you know what? That's just the way it goes. That's why I'm storing, because you know darn well if I decide to sell all my wheat the next hour, we're going to get a great demand for wheat, and it's just going to bite me in the butt. That won't be any fun. So instead, I think we're just going to sit tight. I'm very tempted to buy this field, but I think we should wait. And we'll just concentrate on the fields we have. I'm just putting wheat and barley on. I'm not going to put on canola, which that'll probably be the next one if I get another great demand. But I think we're making progress. We're definitely harvesting a lot per harvest now. That extra field really helped. The only problem is it takes a while because we don't exactly have the biggest of equipment, and I would like to upgrade, but I think we gotta push for the cows. I think I've made up my mind, we gotta push for that. Maybe we should get that one piece of equipment. Or maybe we should take inventory of what we're actually going to need as a requirement for the first step. So I got 2 passes left in this field, and then we'll take a quick look at the garage, get an idea of what we're working towards, so that we know next time what we need to get. And we should be able to get everything next time, I would think. Let's take a little bit of time getting another harvest in, and hoping that we hit a great demand. Otherwise we're going to sell a bunch of crop, and we'll see what happens. But it tends to be a guessing game at first. I know a lot of people say in the beginning here, you need to sell your crop right off the bat, you know, don't be holding on to stuff, but you know, maybe that's the conservative farming in me, where we want to try and hold on to stuff for as long as possible to get the best price possible. It might bite me in the butt, it might slow us down, but you know what, I think that's how I want to do it, so you know, it's just the way things are going to be. Just quick check. Yep. He's got a ways to go. We've got everything fertilized. We're just finishing up the planting. So let's go in here. What do we need in particular? Well, we have to, no matter what, I think get this guy. We don't have to, but I want to be able to put straw bales in because it gives us a higher production value from the cows because they're more comfortable. And I said I'd get into that later. We need this guy, the big baler, and ideally this guy for carrying them, grabbing them and stuff. It's much easier to do it with that than it is to do it one by one or try and put them on a trailer or something. And then of course, to go along with all that, we are going to need a new tractor. And this guy right here is what we're looking at. You'll notice the reason for that one is the front end loader. We need this front end loader. The same price, but this guy is for the Steyr, whereas this is for the two New Holland tractors. So if you go out back here, you'll see, where's the Steyr? Right here. It's 114 horsepower, so it's in between these two. This is the little one, it's 75 horse. Much, much too small. Not really worth it. So we got to jump up to this guy, which is 160 horse, which is a little bit more than what the two Deutz that we have, which is 143. But it gives us the front end loader. So we're going to need 157,000 for that, plus 5,400 for the front end loader and this bale spike. So basically 6,000. So we're going to need some money, that's for sure. But you know what? I think we're in a pretty good position. We got quite a bit of money in the bank at the moment. I'm very tempted to pay off some of the loan, but I think I'm just going to let it sit for the moment. Interest isn't too bad on it. Oh, we lost most of our equipment that was parked here. Oop. Back up. I need to go backwards. Apparently, I am not capable of backing up today. You know what? That's straight enough. I could care less. Alright guys, well, I'm gonna get this planted and probably come back to you guys in the next episode when we're nearing the end of harvest. Unless we get a great demand in between, but yeah, next episode we'll get one more harvest in. We'll start selling all of our crops that we have stored so that we can hopefully get into cows. And my ultimate goal, I think, by the end of next episode is to have, you know, at least five comfortable cows in the barn. So you guys can hold me to that by the next episode. So we'll see where it goes. But anyways, as always, thanks for watching. Take it easy.